Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on November the 25th, 2015. So they started out this week with probably actually one of the better things I've seen them do in the terms of garnering heat for people and doing it in a good way as well. And actually putting over other people as baby faces to go along with it. You have Michael Cole starting out on the show because they're since they had William Regal with just having surgery, they've been giving him time off, so he's not going to be on TV. So they put Michael Cole in charge while William Regal's gone, and like I said, this is a good way of garnering heat because obviously the crowd doesn't necessarily like Michael Cole right off the bat. So he goes off, and it's like it starts building William Regal as like a bigger baby face by saying, oh, he was initially not going to allow the Eva Marie versus Bayley match for the women's title to happen, but since I received a call and I have administrative power from the corporate side, the match is going to happen tonight and everything like that. So this garners big heat on Michael Cole, big heat on Eva Marie, and playing through the storyline, throughout the rest of the night, and I'll get to those in a moment when I talk about the actual match of, oh, the fix is in type thing, and I will give my actual opinions on that a little bit later on. Now for the contract signing with Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. I like the aspect that usually challengers introduce first for contract signings, and Michael Cole's about to introduce Samoa Joe, but Finn Balor interrupts, cutting his promo right then and there, and then Joe comes out. And this is probably one of the better things I like about NXT with the contract signings. They feel different. It's not like every single, I won't say every single one, but most of the main roster contract signings where both people come out there, they sign the contract, they cut a long promo, and then a brawl happens. This one just different, like you said, challenger usually comes out first, champion came out first here, cuts his promo right off the bat, no other words were even spoken at all for the rest of the segment. And it did end out in a brawl, but the aspect of Joe just walking down to the ring and playing a mind game with Finn Balor, he walks to the ring, he walks in, he signs the contract, and he leaves. Doesn't utter a word. Great spot to do. A little bit unique, a little bit different than where they go. Obviously, it did end out with the brawl at the end, but that area started on the entrance ramp, and it was an area of, okay, now not only am I in your head, I've got you outclassed on the physical side as well. So interesting way of them playing the story going into their match in NXT TakeOver London. And again, I actually liked it. I liked where they went with this one. The other storylines that they were going off of throughout the entire night as well. Obviously had Dana Brooke it was supposed to be Dana Brooke versus Asuka, and they've been playing up kind of this storyline that Emma is going to be going after Asuka here for a little while, and this is where they played it off at. And this is also one of those few times that they've had Asuka on the receiving end of the punishment and everything on this aspect. They're trying to get Emma over a little bit, locks her in the Emma lock and everything like that. So in the end, not a bad build towards the storyline. You need to put Emma over in some way and getting her over a little bit, but they still keep that mystique of Asuka there, because even though she was down and semi-out for the moment, at the end of it, they have that camera pan where she raises her head up and she still has that smile on her face, like you're still kind of in trouble type moment. So you still have that mystique there to the actual character, but you also allow Emma to get one over in this case as well. So that, again, that was not a bad segment there. I liked where they were going with that. Probably going to lead into something with Emma and Asuka into NXT TakeOver, and that's just what I'm assuming, and we'll see where they go with that. The rematch with the Von Villains and Dash and Dawson wasn't as good as their as the original tag team title match that they had. It was good. Don't get me wrong. The actual match was good, but it just felt like it felt like it was just there to more close that storyline even more. It's like, okay, you've had your rematch, and now we're going on to your next next set of opponents, which were oddly enough introduced right then and there because they had injured Enzo and Cass a few weeks back. Now Enzo and Cass have come back, and I liked the look that they gave when they came out there. It wasn't all fun and games with them. When they came back out, it was complete seriousness and them just going after Dash and Dawson. Good way of starting off the feud. I liked how they did that with Apollo Crews after he had lost his title opportunity to Baron Corbin. And I like the aspect that they use it here because, oh, these guys got injured by these guys. They would, why come back and just immediately start doing your happy type of stuff and everything? No, you're going to show anger. You're going to go out there. You're going to go after these guys. And I like the fact that that's what they started off with. Now they can allow Enzo and Cass to do their normal stuff. You got the personal aspect there already. Now you can go with the trash talking and everything like that afterwards. And then speaking of Apollo Crews, he had his match with Jesse Sorensen. Jesse Sorensen's actually with at least for one time with the WWE, and basically there to help put Apollo Crews over a little bit more. Okay match. The whole aspect of this was them continuing on their the storyline with Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. Baron Corbin had challenged him to a match at NXT TakeOver London. This promo was to basically accept that challenge. And, you know, I'm not sure about his promo. He goes off with the promo in there about Baron Corbin being known as the Lone Wolf. Well, be careful, I will lay you down. That didn't really come off all that well in my mind. I get it. He, you know, wolf, a dog, and dogs lay down and everything like that when commanded, everything in that aspect. I get that, but it just didn't seem to work in this context. Decent promo by Baron Corbin afterwards as well, but I didn't really like Apollo Crews' promo on that one. That was not all that good. I'll be interested to see this match, and we'll see where they go promo-wise as well afterwards, going into NXT TakeOver London, or where they go just in general with this. So this is going to bring me to what was basically the main event of the night and what they showed throughout the entire night. I liked this storyline that they did with Bayley and Eva Marie. This was a good story. This was a good storyline. You know, Eva Marie has this nuclear heat because she's not that good in the ring yet. She's not all that great on the promo. No, I'll say her backstage promo with the interviewer wasn't too bad, and it introduced, you know, her bodyguard and being Nia Jackson there again, and also the aspect of them doing it in William Regal's office because, like, oh, because he's out, I need a bigger space now because she's this massive star and everything like that. So, you know, they're still playing it off. Now, I've got a little bit of an itch here. You know, they're playing it off. It's like corporate's behind her, everything like this. They're playing the fixes in. They even bring in one of the main roster referees to oversee the match with Charles Robinson in there coming out. You have Nia Jackson in her corner. So, and it's like corporate was forcing the match to happen instead of it just actually being made. So they made it feel like the entire time the fix was in. The fix was in. They were playing it off as corporate was going to be completely behind this, and that's why I like this one, because they played it off that way. And then of course having Bayley actually win the match in the end. The match itself, you know, if there's one thing outside of the few major botches, and the main thing that I have with Eva Marie is that she's a little too stiff in the ring in the terms of just in her movements. There's no fluidity to her movements. It's kind of, I walk you to one move, then I walk you to another. It doesn't feel like one move goes to another, goes to another. It doesn't flow in some way. But overall, in the terms of the actual match, it wasn't bad, and that was the aspect of the story they told throughout the entire thing. It's like, oh, the fix is in, the fix is in. It's like it looked like it was going to end really quickly with the Bayley to belly, but no, Nia Jax pulls out the ref and basically injures him, which causes Charles Robinson to get into the ring. Doesn't call for the DQ because he saw it right there. So made the fans think even more that the fix is in, the fix is in, the fix is in, that Eva Marie was going to win. And then, of course, at the end, with Charles Robinson taking his ref bump, the other ref came back, and after the Bayley to belly off the top, Bayley wins the match. And they played that storyline so well. It's like the whole aspect behind, like, they kind of just played off the aspect of what the fans think in real life of Eva Marie, is that, oh, the corporate side just wants her to be on top, so why not play that off on TV, make it look like that, and then have Bayley win, getting Bayley over a little bit more in that aspect. I'm glad that for the moment they're not putting the title on Eva Marie, because, you know, she does need more work in the ring. I would like to see her become more fluid inside the ring. Her promo tonight in William Regal's office was actually pretty good. It wasn't overly horrible by any stretch of the imagination. So promo-wise, she's getting a little bit better. So we'll see where they go. We'll see where they go with that. Obviously, going somewhere with Nia Jax and Bayley, because Nia Jax attacks Bayley after the match and basically walks off on her own. So it feels like they're going to go somewhere with Nia Jax and Bayley here down the road. We'll see how quickly they decide to go with that. Honestly, they have pushed Nia Jax very quickly up there, though. In the terms of, I'm not fully sure on her full capabilities inside the ring and how long she's actually been around. I don't think she's really been training all that long, but the look, the feel, makes her already a viable threat towards the towards a champion in that sense. So, and honestly, her movement around the ring isn't that bad either for someone of her size in there. So she's got that dominating look, and it works for a quick build towards a title match. And we'll see where they go with Bayley and Nia Jax down the road here, and we'll see how everything runs with that, and we'll see what kind of storyline they obviously play off of that as well. So we'll see where they go with all that. Overall, this NXT was good. And it was mainly because of how they were playing off the storylines. In this one, they play off the storyline so well down on NXT. They work better. To me, they work better. They flow better. They came off really, really well. I liked the whole storyline that they played off for the Eva Marie Bayley match throughout the entire night. It came off great in my mind. They did a really good job there of setting up how the story would work, and then of course setting it up for Bayley to overcome all the odds of the quote unquote the fix was in, which obviously in the terms of all wrestling is storyline in that sense. So, but still, they played off that corporate type feel, which is what the fans don't necessarily like all that much, to get more heat. And I would say proper heat, not heat that most of the times Eva Marie was getting, but to get proper heat off of the entire match itself. They did a good job of doing that, and it just came off really well. So that is my review for WWE NXT, and I thank you guys for watching.